Welcome back to the next module. Today we're going to talk about the prepared environment. A prepared environment is very easy to define. It can be any space that we design up for children. It can be a classroom, a room, holiday rental, or an outside space. The prepared environment is a crucial element of the Montessori method because it allows the child to engage with their surroundings in a meaningful way, which means that it fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility as the child is encouraged to take care of their own space and materials. It also promotes self-discipline and concentration as the child is able to focus on their work without distractions. So you can ask, how can I prepare this Montessori environment at home? So let's dive in. So I would like to give you some tips how you can create this environment or the characteristics of this environment. It is a dedicated space. This could be a separate room or a designated area within a larger space, for example, in your living room, that is a dedicated space that is free from distractions and is specifically designed for the child to engage in self-directed learning. You can provide a range of age-appropriate materials. This could include Montessori materials such as manipulative puzzles, educational activities, as well as everyday household items like pots and pans, measuring cups, spoons, and art supplies, for example. The goal is to provide a variety of materials that allow the child to engage in hands-on experiential learning. Tip number 3. You set up a space to be visually appealing and inviting for the child. It should be aesthetically pleasing, with items arranged in an orderly and visually appealing way. This can help to create a sense of calm and focus for the child. You also need to encourage independence within this environment. It is designed to allow children to be independent and make their own choices about what they want to do. Encourage your child to make their own decisions about which materials and activities they want to work on, and allow them to take the lead in their own learning. It is very important to keep the environment organized and uncluttered. The Montessori environment should be well organized and uncluttered, with materials and activities clearly labeled and easy for your child to access. You can avoid overloading the space with too many materials, as this can be overwhelming for children. For example, imagine that in your living room you have a bunch of toys and activities for your child, and you can see that they are not even playing with those toys. I spent so much money. You know why? Because you have to keep it simple. Just offer some activities, some toys or materials at each time, so they can fully engage with those materials, so they can manipulate, they can focus on these materials. It is very important not to overload children with toys and stimuli. As the prepared environment is arranged and organized, they know what to expect. And it also encourages children to be independent and make their own choices about what they want to do. This helps to develop a sense of agency and control over their own lives, which is important for their emotional well-being in the future as well. In addition, this environment is designed to be aesthetically pleasing and inviting, which helps children feel comfortable and at home in their own environment. When children feel comfortable and at ease, they are more likely to open to new experiences and to engage in social interactions with their peers. In addition to these benefits, the prepared environment also plays a crucial role in the child's social and emotional development, because it provides a sense of community and belonging as the child is able to work alongside their peers and contribute to the classroom as a whole. For example, if we're talking about a school. It also helps the child to develop a sense of respect for themselves and others, as they are encouraged to care for their own materials and materials of their classmates. For example, if a child takes a material he or she's going to put it back when they are finished. So they respect their peers, so the material is ready also for others to use. So what kind of furniture can you choose when you're designing a Montessori prepared environment? It is important to choose furniture that is sturdy and well made to ensure it can withstand wear and tear. Select few furniture that is the right size for your child. Children should be able to reach and use all materials and toys and furniture comfortably and safely. Choose furniture that is appropriate size for your child's age and height, and keep it very simple. Consider adjustable furniture such as tables and chairs that can be raised or lowered. Can be a good investment as children grow and their needs are changing constantly. And previously I was talking about observation and how important it is to observe so you can prepare this environment according to their needs. It allows parents and teachers to understand individual needs and the interests of each child. It can be carried out in several ways in a Montessori setting. For example, we can do structured observations that are formal observations and planned in advance and are often used to assess a child's progress to address specific areas of concern. Structured observations may involve the use of observation forms, checklists, or other tools to help the observer gather data about the child's behavior and development. On the other hand, there are the informal observations that are more casual and are made as part of the daily routine, and they may be made during play, work, or other activities and may not involve the use of any specific tools or forms. This informal observations is important. It's an important tool for parents that are planning to set up a Montessori environment at home, because you don't need to have any forms that require you what to observe. You just simply sit down and you carry out the observations. And you write down notes what your child is doing, for example, and from that you can see what they are interested in and you can adjust the environment according to that. So you have to be very objective that when you are interpreting these observations, and you have to be focused that while you're observing, so you can really see what your child is interested in and, for example, what they are sensitive to. You will see that they are constantly talking, for example. You will see that they are sensitive to language. For example, you can take out books and you see that you can read with your child, for example, more often, let's say, because they are enjoying story times, they are enjoying expressing themselves, or you can talk a lot. So you don't have to overthink when you are considering the prepared environment and observations. Keep it very simple. It's not complicated at all. It's just watching what the child needs and what you have to focus on, so they can fulfill this inner need that they have in themselves in the right time, because that's the important, that in the right time you're focusing on what they need. So it also, as we were talking about the absorbent mind, that it is also like a base for later learning and development. So if you fulfill these needs during the first 6 years of life, you will see that everything will go more easier in the future, and they will be more independent. They will learn concentration and focus in the early years, which is unbelievable and is very important if you consider yourself, for example, that maybe you have some problems still focusing on some task, because we are all overstimulated by everything surrounded by around us. And why wouldn't we offer this opportunity to children to focus, to learn concentration and focus in the early years, which will help them in the future. So I hope you found this information useful, and if you have any questions regarding the prepared environment or observations, feel free to contact me, and I will be happy and very quick to respond to you, so you can work on your own prepared environment with your child and engage. So thank you for watching, and in the next module we're going to give you some practical tips for activities from the age of 0 to 6. So see you!